Every Nova Scotian should be preparing today and bracing for impact.
Fiona is continuing to churn across the east coast.
Gusting 140 to 160 kilometers per
Fiona will
hour.
impact our province, and it has the potential to be very dangerous.
Massive trees uprooted across the city.
East Coast, thousands waking up to scenes of utter devastation, the strongest in Canada's history.
I'm on my way.
Saw our first cool lighthouse in Nova Scotia. Whole crew pulls over. That's what happens when you're traveling with a bunch of creatives. Creatives? I don't know. A couple creatives and some TPL hooligans.
Shouldn't the sign be kind of like...
Yeah, this is weird.
Over here?
It's showing the boaters with binoculars. Doesn't make sense.
We saw a bear.
Really?
Yes. Crossing the road, and it went right into the woods. But like Tardis was like, "Oh, there's a cow crossing the road," and we got a bit closer. A big black bird just walked right across.
I didn't know there were bears in here.
Yeah, let's see it.
Nothing. No.
Nobody. No cameras in the car. So then we finally make it to dinner at Wiley's just outside of Pugwash, and they were so gracious to keep the restaurant open. We had the chance to meet John and Brad. John, the Walter White of the trip. What a scientific superintendent.
I woke up when a tree came through my window. At home, I went out, I was like, what can I do? I mean, you go outside, like the wind was so strong, you're sucking the oxygen right out of your lungs. And then in the morning, you couldn't get to the golf course.
What were the gusts, like wind gusts? Like, do you know the speed? It'd be over 100 kilometers.
They say the Confederation Bridge had a 187 wind gust. And you can see that was like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
8 hours later.
Yeah.
There was like a 7-foot tidal surge. The waves were crashing almost onto the green. It was just fury. That's number 13.
Oh, this is 13.
That's the one we rebuilt.
Oh yeah.
Christine redesigned. It's pretty awesome now.
Yeah.
We just opened the tea today.
Oh my God.
So you guys are in for a treat.
Coats and sleeping bags. I come to know that memories were the best things you ever had. The summer shorn, beat down on bonehead back, so far from home where the ocean stood, down dust and pine bone tracks.
Okay, let's see.
We slept like dogs down by the fireside, awoke to the fog we're all around us. The boom of summertime.
So ask her about that when you see her.
Well.
Yeah.
There she is right there.
There she is.
Hey, that's hilarious.
Oh, the timing is perfect.
Oh my God, hi.
Let's talk about Christine just for a hot sec, right?
In the Pugwash Hilton.
I mean, talk about like that. There is no better way that introduction could have happened, right? She's passing by the street at night. She just, sees a bunch of guys. She knew where we were staying. Like that's how like memories are created. Like if imagine that hadn't happened and you would have introduced me the following morning, it just wouldn't have been the same. Like both of us, all of us will remember that moment of like meeting her because of the way that it occurred.
It was, yeah. I don't know much about Pugwash, but it felt so Pugwash in that moment.
That was a very timid pullover.
Well, there's like a bunch of dudes hanging out in front of a motel. I wasn't sure.
I was excited when I saw spending time with her was on the itinerary because one, I knew she was going to be a cool head just in the circle she keeps. Two, like I knew what the storyline that you guys were telling revolving around her.
So I was out here end of March. Submitted the plan probably 2 weeks later because we knew we wanted to like get this pilot project going. And it takes me a lot longer to write the report, so I just gave him the plan right away, and the report came much later. I hand this plan to John. The next day, he's got like excavators, dozers. He's got his like high vis on. He's ripped the whole place apart.
The old pine fair we sang.
Better than yesterday. He did 10 hours, got 428. We're at 33% recovery. That's about how I feel. A third of life. Pat's still out there.
How's it? Lighting good?
The first 20-30 minutes was good. Sun just above the horizon, like pink, for like honestly 15 minutes max. And then it's been behind clouds, but it's fine. Coffee's in here. And some muffins.
Ooh.
Second one right here. Oh, those muffins are good. Yes. There's some pretty cool like maintenance in the other room over here. Just like really old school stuff. The pins are leaning. Oh, Alex is already in here. I'm not surprised.
But yeah, first impressions, we walk in and this yard is a piece of art. There's a boombox, there's solder guns, there's molasses that he's been tinkering with.
Yeah, this is a
Funny because sometimes the golfers are like, I smell molasses. Yeah, you do.
yes, that is correct.
What kind of message do you have for your team, Mike?
You're not going to tell you my secrets. You guys are the enemies.
I mean, this has to be documented.
Alex, working?
Yeah, working. What's up?
I know there's a lot of distractions today.
There's lots of distractions.
I want you to remember why we're here.
Lose focus all day.
Pat's got.
You are so lucky I am not in your group today.
You have two of them in the group. If you keep up with both of them, then we're going to win.
So lucky.
Oh, wait. Around me.
Wait, I am in his group today.
Yeah, this got two of them.
Oh, no.
This can be a pretty intimidating first hole. We want number one to be a nice, wide, welcoming tee shot.
Tea time. Representing Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
John Mills.
I better stretch.
I remember way back when I felt only on weed.
Let's get into Fiona a little bit. You also showed us a tweet last night.
Yeah.
That maybe you had a vision before Mother Nature did, but talk to us a little bit about the tweet that you sent out the morning of Fiona.
Yeah, and I sent that tweet at like 7 in the evening, and so I took a picture down of on number 13 of the coastline, and the gist of the message was I just said, Fiona, please be kind to our beautiful shore, but P.S. there's a few trees you can have. And wow, yeah. People ask me how many trees. I said we couldn't count them. There's, all I'll say is 50 acres went down, and I had a professional logger in, and his gut reaction was at least 10,000. Views, the fescue just kind of came to life on the side, so it has a nice linksy feel to it. It was just a tree-lined, almost just, you know, park.
Could you see this?
No. In no direction from here before. So now it's there. It's not right in your face, but it's there.
So I imagine that must have been a bit of a like juxtaposition of emotions, empathizing and, you know, obviously having a tree going through your front window, but also having this golf course vision of tree removals.
Well, yeah, initially it's just a mix of emotions, but once I looked at it, suddenly the landforms were coming to life. Like, you know, the mounds were more pronounced. The greens had more movement to them. It's just visually the way it looks without the vertical definition of the trees around it. I was like, wow, there's something here. Well, you used to come out to here and then suddenly you got a view, you got the water, it feels open. Those holes were pretty tree-lined and corridored in, right? Like,
now this is go time.
Yeah. So now in the routing, right, like we're bringing you to the water. Like the back of the property, now it's everything else leads us right down to 13. Oh, pretty. Well, and with Fiona, the first week, you know, you have to consider, you know, we had no electricity for a week. So all of the people coming in to help, you know, they're living without any, you know, they have their own issues at home. I had a tree come through the front window of my house, you know, you're dealing with that too. God love our members, they were, you know, here in full force with rakes and the other side of it is, it's, you know, I said, okay, we gotta deal with this, not just from a physical cleanup, but we gotta manage emotions, not just mine, but our staff, members. You know, I felt we needed to really put a positive spin on this. You know, say, okay, we got this. Let's take this forward and look for opportunity. And it's always great what happens when you kind of make that mindset change. They're showing up with their own emotion, oh my gosh, and they see me happy and they're like, okay, what's he know that we don't? So, but I'd go home and go, oh my gosh, like this is.
For me, the 8th hole at Northumberland Links really stood out. Just the runoff on the left, but also the grade of that green, like it forced you to hit a cut or like really take a small margin of error draw or straight shot on the right side of that green.
Had the cut spin.
Oh, just missed it.
And a number of us ran over into that back bunker, and I don't know, that hole to me was, I thought, one of the best on the golf course. But.
Hit the front of the fringe.
No!
I shanked it, so I can't really comment on it.
It's 120, so it's 138 altogether. Do you want me to cut the tag?
Cover number 3.
Cover number 3. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Sleek, black, simple, got the stitching.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna have a whole East Coast dormy section of the rack.
Yeah.
When I eventually get it put together.
Thank you.
There you go.
230 over the tip of that tallest tree. A little bit of a draw and it go right down the hill to the green.
Alright.
Yeah.
230.
230, 235-ish kind of view.
Alright.
good, dude. So good. So good. Yes, the Bryson. Wow. That was a good vlog. I think I aim at it and it goes right and then left and then back right.
Right. All right. Let's see it.
You like that play?
Wow.
Go in.
Come on.
Go in.
Come on. Oh.
That was my best shot of my life.
Unreal.
Let's go.
This was a huge like lollipop mound here that just like looked a bit shit from the fairway. And same with that one as well. And that one over there, they were all kind of just like pumped up, but not in a very natural way and more of like a contrived, it's more of a contrived look. So John just like deflated all of these and created this amazing like look. When you come from the landing area up to the green, you have now this uninterrupted view of the sea.
When you said just like driving up here for the first time.
Yeah.
So how, like he cut it like 10 yards and you're like, no, it's good.
Yeah. So I think actually the hurricane might have been the impetus of those trees falling and he just kind of cleared them out of the way. But all of this was treed behind the green. You couldn't see any water. So there was a small narrow lookout that was cleared and John's like, more? And I'm like, more. So he pushed it much farther back on the left so you really get the full view once you come around the corner of the 12th to the 13th.
That's awesome.
Can we go see?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Okay. Wow, this is an epic hole. So like we're literally on the edge here. It's so exciting. Like, do you hear just from here how much the sound changed? Like stand here.
Like I definitely hear it there.
You like stand here.
Yeah,
it's a different
so
sound
noticeable.
when you stand here. So having the tees that far over is just like, you lose that experience.
Yeah. In fact, like, will this be fescue grass?
Yeah, this will all come up as fescue as well as down both the sides of the hole.
Okay.
You have this tee that flows into fairway that flows up into the green and then lining, framing the hole with fescue.
But it must be nice to see it happening, you know?
It is, it's thrilling. Players will tend to go longer, more than they did before.
Yeah.
And so adding that like little runoff at the back is just another sort of complexity to the hole that keeps it fun.
It will be experienced too, right?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not-
Yeah.
Well, let's go out.
Okay.
It was really cool seeing like a friend and fellow classmate like achieving her dreams, and just you could just see the effect she was having on John and eventually the community, like an individual affecting many that come to that place is just got to be one of the best feelings ever. And it was just like such a privilege to be able to be there for that moment where she got to see like her hole created that she just talked to John about like 2 months earlier, and it was like near complete, just had to grow in.
Oh yeah, you really start to see that great movement in the front there.
Yeah.
From here. Oh, what a look.
Yeah, so now you can feel it.
I think you might have some balls down here.
This is gonna be popular.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like when you're here, like all of a sudden you got that infinity.
That's so great. But you don't feel this movement from the tee as much until you get to this spot. Oh, wow. That's so good. Go on, go on.
Gotta be a first hole in one, right?
Go on. Oh,
Come
yeah.
on. Bounce it up there.
Oh, yes. Wow.
Really good.
No way.
Birdie on the hole.
Way to steal my
Sorry, I
thunder.
beat you to it.
Yeah, you totally did.
Yeah.
This is awesome. It's this back runoff is bigger than I envisioned, but I think it's correct.
The scale works.
The scale is
Yeah.
exactly.
I looked at it and said, let's
Push it out.
push it out.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a great new tee too.
Like, there's going to be changes on the left. The fairway's going to kind of get wider, and this way the bunker will get moved or pushed back. So they're like, that makes sense.
More to come.
So probably that tee is going to have to get lowered or
Yeah, definitely.
adjusted. Maybe you can move it over a little,
Yeah, probably.
or this way and down.
I think the location is probably okay. Maybe a bit left, but I'd definitely drop it.
Yeah.
Okay, do I get to see my surprise now?
All right. The walkthrough. Here we go. So we're coming through to the new tee.
Yeah.
We've got our tee over here.
Left tee, right by the water.
We've got a.
Yeah.
It's. You can sit here and contemplate life.
Contemplate the double you just made. Or you're going to make.
Yeah. No, this is where you can just sit and take it all in.
Wow.
So this is the big reveal.
Oh, this is so nice, John. This is amazing.
Yeah.
I feel just really content.
Me too.
Course was.
I think
course
we just
sweet.
played a major.
It was just so hard.
Such a grind.
Yeah.
At least the mid-am.
What was par today?
82.
What'd you shoot today?
84 with max doubles. I was 88 with max doubles, and Emil was 88 with max doubles.
Shot, dude.
Thank you for everything.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks a
Really
lot.
appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
Good service.
Thank you.
Northumberland.
I'm trying to think of the friendliest way to put this. You're not starting your career right now. How do you?
I'm on the 16th hole.
There you go. So yeah, I guess the thought I'm having now is like, how do you view the concept of legacy?
Wow, that's a big question. I really haven't thought about it. I guess you think you're never going to retire, or I guess I do. It's all about, some of the work we just did, with Christine's leadership. Just things are falling into place. Like it's interesting how fate will do that. So, and I've always said to myself, well, as long as I leave it in the fall better than I found it in the spring. That's kind of been my motto, keeps me going, Now we're really leaving it better every fall than we found it in the spring, which is really exciting.
I saw you there, that's when I knew that I was born to be with you.
When good love shines, I feel it too. Take me with you, take me with you.
So I built a boat to sail swear I'll never fail you.
Oh, we'll sail into the sun, take my hand and run into
The sea of love, the sea of love.
This is the first. I show them what to do. The nice part's the tail. All you gotta do is just pick out with yeah, you just take your fork. Just go like that. The tail. And you're gonna pull it all the way under. From the tail? Yeah. So just take that little bit out. Go. And just put it right over your plate and you can pull it right down. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Let's get one. Look at it sliding out. There it is. Doesn't seem worth it. My hands are disgusting. I'm gonna stop.
No, fair enough.
Almost risked injury.
This is a perfect example of diminishing returns. Perfect example.
It's true.
Diminishing returns.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
Microeconomics.
It's funny how the game can take you into a career path that you never saw coming. And I've loved every minute of it. I wasn't going to be a golf course superintendent. I was going to be a captain of a ship or something like that, a meteorologist, right? And now it's funny how things fall into place.
I saw you there, that's when I knew.
The first word that I think of when I think of John Mills is teacher. He's been able to really guide not only me through this process, but I think a lot of his coworkers, and just share the vision, share the passion, share the future of this place. And I think he's taught and learned a lot of people through that process. I feel like I'm on the 12th already. I'm burned out, man.
It's super simple, so.
Thank you.